Good morning, I'm Remo. A massive 6.9 earthquake has killed at least 63 people in the Philippines overnight, with buildings collapsing during a packed basketball game. This is the daily signal for October 1st, 2025. Afghanistan has gone completely dark as the Taliban cuts all internet nationwide, and we have 9 other breaking stories that will impact your day. Stay with us.
Unfiltered. Now,
Here are today's top stories for October 1st, 2025. Afghanistan faces total digital blackout as Taliban severs all internet and phone networks, paralyzing 43 million people. Deadly 6.9 earthquake strikes central Philippines, killing 63, with a sports complex collapse during basketball game, claiming 5 lives. Diplomatic crisis unfolds as South Africa's top envoy to France found dead near Paris hotel under mysterious circumstances. Gaza flotilla defies international pressure, forcing Israel to prepare complex maritime interception operation. UN Security Council authorizes massive expansion of Haiti peacekeeping force with unprecedented gang arrest powers. Ukraine sounds nuclear emergency as Zaporizhzhia power plant suffers unprecedented blackout amid ongoing conflict. Trump administration pushes controversial Gaza governance plan as Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey pressure Hamas for acceptance. Morocco enters 4th day of violent youth uprising, with protesters clashing police nationwide. Tony Blair emerges as surprise candidate for Gaza leadership role, despite widespread international skepticism. China marks National Day with significant political implications as Beijing showcases military might. Now let's dive into each story with the details that matter to you. Breaking overnight, Afghanistan has gone completely dark. The Taliban severed every fiber optic internet connection and shut down mobile networks nationwide starting September 29th. Here's what happened. 43 million Afghans woke up yesterday completely cut off from the digital world. Banking systems crashed, flights were disrupted, businesses collapsed overnight. Students lost access to online education, their last lifeline under Taliban rule. The Taliban calls this a crackdown on immoral activities, but experts see something darker. This isn't just censorship, it's digital authoritarianism designed to crush any remaining resistance. The human impact is devastating. Women who've been working as online interpreters since losing their jobs under Taliban restrictions have now lost their final source of income. Families can't communicate across provinces. Medical emergencies go unreported. The UN condemned the shutdown immediately, calling it a violation of human rights. But here's the reality. There's no timeline for restoration. This could last indefinitely. Why this matters to you? This blackout shows how quickly authoritarian regimes can weaponize our digital dependence. It's a preview of what's possible when governments control internet infrastructure. From digital disaster to natural catastrophe, a massive 6.9 earthquake devastated central Philippines late Tuesday, and the death toll keeps climbing. The numbers are staggering. 63 confirmed dead on Cebu Island alone, 147 injured. But here's the detail that will shock you. 5 people died when the San Remigio sports complex collapsed during a packed basketball game. The epicenter struck off Cebu province's coast in the central Visayas region. Within minutes, homes crumbled, government buildings pancaked, and even a McDonald's restaurant was flattened. Power grids failed across entire provinces. Bridges buckled, cutting off remote communities just when rescue teams needed access most. FIVOLCS issued tsunami warnings for rapid sea level changes, forcing coastal evacuations. The earthquake triggered landslides that buried rural villages we're still trying to reach. This connects to a bigger pattern. The Philippines sits on the Pacific Ring of Fire, making it one of Earth's most earthquake-prone nations. Scientists warn this 6.9 quake could trigger additional seismic activity in coming days. Why this matters? The Philippines is a major supplier of electronics and agricultural products globally. Extended disruptions could affect supply chains worldwide, potentially impacting prices you pay for everything from rice to computer chips. Critical diplomatic crisis developing. South Africa's top envoy to France, Nathi Mthethwa, was found dead near his Paris hotel under circumstances that have yet to be disclosed. French authorities have launched a full investigation, while South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has demanded immediate answers. The timing is particularly sensitive given ongoing France-South Africa tensions over mining rights in Africa. We're monitoring this developing story for updates on whether foul play is suspected. Maritime tensions escalating. A flotilla of aid ships continues toward Gaza despite international calls to turn back. Israel's Navy is preparing what officials call a complex interception operation in international waters. The ships reportedly carry medical supplies and food aid, but Israel suspects weapons smuggling. This marks the first major flotilla attempt since the recent ceasefire agreements. Coast Guard officials warn the interception could spark broader regional tensions. Security breakthrough in Haiti. The UN Security Council voted to dramatically expand the peacekeeping mission with unprecedented powers to arrest gang leaders directly. The new mandate authorizes 5,000 additional troops beyond the current 400-member force. For the first time, peacekeepers can conduct targeted raids against Haiti's estimated 200 armed gangs, controlling 60% of Port-au-Prince. The expansion comes after gangs kidnapped over 1,000 people this year alone. Nuclear emergency alert. Ukrainian President Zelensky reported an unprecedented power outage at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear facility, Europe's largest nuclear plant. The outage affects critical cooling systems, though backup power has maintained safety protocols. Russian forces controlling the plant blame Ukrainian sabotage, while Kyiv accuses Moscow of deliberately cutting power lines. The International Atomic Energy Agency has dispatched emergency inspectors. This is the most serious nuclear incident since the plant was captured early in the war. Diplomatic pressure mounting. Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey are jointly pressuring Hamas to accept a controversial Gaza governance plan reportedly backed by the Trump administration. Sources describe the plan as offering limited Palestinian autonomy under Israeli security oversight. Hamas leadership remains divided, with hardliners rejecting any deal that doesn't guarantee Israeli withdrawal. The plan would establish an international peacekeeping force and reconstruction fund worth $50 billion over 10 years. Fourth day of chaos. Morocco's youth protests have escalated into violent confrontations with police across major cities. The demonstrations began over unemployment and cost of living, but have evolved into broader anti-government sentiment. At least 12 protesters have been hospitalized, with dozens arrested. King Mohammed VI has yet to address the unrest publicly. The protests echo the Arab Spring movements that toppled governments across the region over a decade ago. Surprising political development. Former British Prime Minister Tony Blair has emerged as a potential candidate to lead Gaza's transitional government. Sources close to the Trump administration confirm Blair's name is being seriously considered despite widespread skepticism from European allies. Critics point to Blair's role in the Iraq War as disqualifying. Supporters argue his Middle East experience through the Quartet peace process makes him uniquely positioned for the challenge. China marks National Day. Beijing's October 1st celebrations this year carry particular political significance as President Xi Jinping uses the occasion to showcase military modernization amid rising tensions with Taiwan. The parade features new hypersonic missiles and advanced fighter jets. Simultaneously, China announced major trade partnerships with Global South nations worth $200 billion. The celebration serves as both domestic propaganda and international power projection. Now let's connect these stories because the patterns reveal what's really happening in our world today. 3 major themes emerge from today's news that will shape your future. First, digital authoritarianism is spreading. Afghanistan's total internet blackout isn't isolated. Authoritarian governments worldwide are realizing that controlling digital infrastructure gives them unprecedented power over populations. From Russia's internet restrictions to China's Great Firewall, we're seeing the weaponization of connectivity. This affects you because it shows how quickly governments can cut populations off from the global economy and information. Second, the Middle East is restructuring. 4 of today's stories center on Gaza and regional powers. The proposed peace plans, flotilla tensions, diplomatic pressure from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey, and even Tony Blair's potential role, they're all part of a massive diplomatic reshuffling. The Trump administration appears to be pushing for solutions that would fundamentally change Palestinian governance while Israel maintains security control. Third, global institutions are adapting to new realities. The UN's expanded Haiti mission with arrest powers represents a significant evolution in peacekeeping doctrine. Similarly, the international response to Ukraine's nuclear emergency shows institutions grappling with hybrid warfare targeting civilian infrastructure. Here's what this means for your daily life. We're entering an era where digital connectivity, regional security, and international law are being rewritten simultaneously. The decisions made in these crises will determine whether we move toward greater global cooperation or fragmentation. Keep watching these developing stories, particularly Afghanistan's digital blackout and the Philippines' earthquake response. Both will have implications far beyond their borders. Tomorrow, we'll track the UN Security Council's emergency session on Afghanistan and update you on rescue operations in the Philippines. I'm Remo. This has been the Daily Signal. Stay informed, stay connected, and we'll see you tomorrow morning with the latest developments.
Unfiltered.